Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about a song I really like called Sleep by Iowa. This is a song that came out on August of 2025 and ever since it has become one of my favorite songs. So I really wanted to talk about it and its meaning because I think it's really smart and I love it. This song is connected to two more Iowa songs, which I won't talk about them yet, but I will talk about them later in the video. So, anyways, let's start. So, at the start of the music video, and the lyrics, we get to basically like the lyrics and the music video sets the scene for where this song is taking place. As we can see and read from the lyrics, it takes place at the beach. As the lyrics say, a summer breeze waves through my fingers. In the space between them, clouds drift by. And then she proceeds to say, I've gone and said something straight out of a drama. Now, as we can see in the music video, we see her hand with a finger, what? No, we see her hand with a ring on it. And that's what it says about the drama part. And then, on the instrumental part, we get to see her, a girl, with a guy, and the guy proposing her on a beach. And this girl, according to Iyowa, is called Akane, and the guy is unnamed. On the first lyrics after that intro, it starts to talk about a device, which we will get into later, but for now we don't really know what that device is. It says, enfolded in a small cardboard box is a user manual. The battery only lasts 5 minutes, it says. That's like telling us about a device which we don't know about. So, after that, it says the clear semblance of the sea seems to mend my torn up memories. Our life together, come morning, will have surely withered away. Now, I think this is obviously pointing like towards a relationship. I mean, obviously, if we see this guy propose her, then they are together. But it feels like this girl doesn't. Like, from this lyric, we can like tell that this girl is not gonna say yes to this. If I persist in the very selflessness that I'd written off as a vast self-fulfilling prophecy, then by the very fingers I've played out before my eyes time and again, the offered brigade will burst open. So we see here the word selfishness, which like obviously proves that this character is like selfish, and she's self-aware of it. She knows. And we will see that later, we will see it later a lot, that it shows that she's selfish and she's aware of it. Now again, I don't know what it says really, the self-fulfilling prophecy. I think she's saying that like, she doesn't want to say yes. So, and then we get to the chorus. Which I think it's really, I really like the part of this part of the music video, because we just get to see the girl just slapping this guy, it's just like, damn. Yeah, so as we can tell, she said no, because as the lyrics say, I'll give the figment of this dream a good hard smack, but even so I keep dreaming. I can't believe I felt so hard for someone as vapid as you. Now, the word vapid, according to Google, it means offering nothing that's stimulating or challenging, just bland. So we can see that this guy, he just, as it says here, as like uninspired or colorless. This guy doesn't really offer anything to her, so she rejects him. We'll grow old together with a love undying. You make fool out of me with your hollow vows. I will avenge these feelings you've left me with. God, it's just like a drama. And I really like how self-aware she is by saying, God, it's just like a drama. Cause like that it does feel like a drama. It does feel like a drama. So watching this. So yeah, obviously here the will grow all together with a love undying is taught by the other guy. Because after that she says you make a fool out of me with your hollow vows, and it's like really obvious so far that she doesn't like the guy, even though they've been together. And then it says, I'll sleep, and after all this time I'm going to see you, but you haven't changed a bit, and unfortunately neither have I. Now, this lyric is so smart, but we will get to it later. Well, actually, I'm gonna explain it right now, because after that it says 4 times I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. And after that there is a part where Gumi like sings really fast. And I think it's really fitting for the past because it says I rewind it, redo it, replay it, as if I'm testing you, your clueless eyes, the sleeves that drank my bitter tears. Oh figments that you are, please, never fall out of love with me. I hate the heat, the words finally came out to me as beads of sweat, and the days that followed began slowly to slip away from what I'd imagined. Because it says I rewind it, redo it, replay it, as if I'm testing you, it seems like this girl is time traveling. And not only that, but it would make sense because of the reference of a device. It could refer to a time traveling device, and this is actually confirmed in the other songs, which I think it's the perfect time to talk about them. So, the two other songs that are connected to this, they actually have the same name. They're both called Uwagaki. Uwagaki. I think that's how it's preferred. It's yeah, Uwagaki. One of them is an instrumental song, and where it's a piano version. It's a mix of piano versions of other iyowa songs, and the other one is a normal song with lyrics, where the instrumental I'm gonna call it Uwagaki, and the one with the lyrics I'm gonna call it Right Over Me, which is the translation of Uwagaki. The most important one for this analysis is Uwagaki. It doesn't have to do with Akane herself. It's about a different character, a different girl that will, like, I guess has kind of the same problem with Akane. She's called Uwagaki. Yes, she's called out the song name. But anyways, so so in the Uwagaki we see Uwagaki and another guy. We see specifically the perspective of the guy, who we don't know the name of, and also we don't know if it's the same guy as in Sleep. But even if it's the same guy, I don't think it's really important. So basically, the guy in Uwagaki is listening to music, and as we're told by the letters that are on screen, because remember the song doesn't have lyrics, so we just see letters on screen. The line that it says, Uwagaki has made the songs, and also I think I should mention now that Uwagaki is the only one talking in this. We don't get to hear the guy talk, or I guess see the guy talk. Yeah, as he says, I like that song. I recorded it after I came here. These are like songs that Uwagaki has made. The first couple minutes aren't anything that special, until it says. By the way, what you're into these days? I know you've told me before, but I forget. I'm not acting weird today, am I? I'm glad you're the same as always. Now, this might sound weird because it's like they have met. Like, we don't know if they have met before. Again, I don't know if I mentioned it. They're on a bus station. So, like, it doesn't seem like they know each other. So, it's weird for someone. Again, this is my interpretation. But it's weird for someone to say, I'm not acting weird today, am I? Or like you've told me before, but I forget. When you don't really know the guy, and it says, I'm glad you're the same as always. Now, this is where there's kind of a connection to sleep, but we haven't been to the lyrics that they're actually connected yet, because this is not what I want to talk about. But yeah, after that, after again, it's just normal conversation after that. Until the part where she says, "There's no telling how much longer this will last." I'm not talking about the battery, by the way. Uh, this is pretty self-explanatory. I don't know. I don't think I need to explain anything. Again, we don't know what it's talking about because it says I don't know about it, but I'm not talking about the battery, by the way. I think she's referring to like the moment, like she does know when the moment will end, like when they will be separated. But then it says, you know, these songs from 16 years in the future. Would you believe me if I told you there was a way to travel back in time? Now, this is where it is confirmed that it's time traveling. We now have the technology to overwrite, as in overwriting the past, since it now has a mass we can grasp with our own two hands. I placed my present mind into my past self. Since my appearance is still the same, I figured I wouldn't be found out. Wow, found out by who? What do you think would happen if I did something significant different than the past I experienced? Nothing changes. Now, I won't continue talking about Wakaki, but I will continue. Well, I won't continue talking about now. I will talk about it later when we get to the end of sleep because it's important. Uh, but I'm gonna stop here for now. But basically, as we can see, it's confirmed that there is a device in the future that you can put your. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain it as simply as possible. That you can put your current mind in your past self's body, and basically you're gonna have the thought process, the same mentality as you have now, but you're gonna be in your past self's body. And yeah, that's basically what from everything we have seen so far in sleep, what Akane is also experiencing. No, I'm editing. While I was editing, I realized something. That in the start of the music video, Akane, as I said in the start of the video, has a ring, and you can see like her nails being kind of white and stuff like that. And then when it gets to the instrumental part where it shows them the guy proposing, right before that the girl puts back her hand. I don't know how to explain it. Puts back her hand, and then when she takes it back out, the ring is gone and her nails are red. Which to me, since after that it shows the scene where he proposes, it's like that's the moment she went back in time. Like we saw exactly when she rewinded, when she started rewinding. And also, in the end, it ends with her having the ring on her hand again, which makes me think that she time traveled again. That's the moment before she time traveled, or maybe she didn't time travel. We don't know that. That's what she's doing. But like, you might like think, why would she do that? Why would she go rewind that moment? Like she will say no anyways. Why would she rewind the moment where the guy's proposing? Because like, as the lyrics say, that's what she's doing. Well, uh, because it says after that, one of my favorite parts of the song, because it sounds so sad. says, I guess I couldn't bring myself to say I'm sorry. And this is kind of where we get to see why Akane is rewinding in the same moment. Let's read more so you can understand better. After that, she starts again to talk about the weather and everything, like kind of setting the scene of where we are, kind of like repeating the start of the song.
夏の風が指を撫でる隙間から雲が流れる
A summer breeze waves through my fingers. In the space between them, clouds drift by. If I could show the sentences that has returned to the stern of the icebreaker, then upon hearing the hollow vows of a lost track full, the offered flowers with the display put on a gaudy display, dancing through the open air. Now, I really love how in the start of the bridge, because this is the bridge, I'm pretty sure this is the bridge, anyways, she repeats what she said in the beginning, because as we know so far, she is rewinding this moment. So I think it's a really good detail that she's repeating the same two lines. The summer breeze weaves through my fingers, the space between them, clouds could drift by. And then she says, if I could serve the selflessness that has returned to the stern of the icebreaker, then upon hearing the hollow vows of a love struck fool. Now, I think this so, like, I really love how Akane talks about this guy, because she's being pretty straightforward about it. Like, says a love struck fool, that this guy loves her, but she doesn't love him back. And then we get to the last chorus, where we get to see more about this guy's personality. It says, once again, you're too soft on me. That softness pisses me off. The escapist fantasy begins to fade. And come tomorrow, I want to fall in love with you again. Now, I really like this part, because, like, we get to see why Akane doesn't like him. Because, he's too soft, and, like, as we have seen, and it refers to it later when we get there, she's selfish and she's self-aware, obviously, and like when when the other person is soft on you and like you're not used to it, like it makes sense for you to like be weirded out by it or not to be a fan of it. And I think that's what Akane is like going through. Like, she doesn't like how soft this guy is. Like, he's too nice for her. And as he says, and come tomorrow, I want to fall in love with you again. Like, yeah, she rejected him, but she wants to not reject him. And she doesn't seem to be able to do it, though. She doesn't seem to be able to say the yes, even though saying yes to the question, do you want to marry me, may seem so simple. But for Akane, it's not. It's, can we fight? And little by little, can we make up? I'm so selfish, you must hate me, right? I really went and said something straight out of the drama. Now, I really love the line, can we fight? Because, in my opinion, fighting in a relationship means you're actually having like a healthy relationship. Like, okay, there is, like, fighting, not a lot, but just fighting every now and then, I feel like it's good for a relationship to happen. Because, like, I think that fighting too much is obviously not good. Like, it means that it's kind of a toxic relationship, or probably, I don't know, whatever you think. In my opinion, it's like not good to fight a lot with your partner. But also not fighting at all, in my opinion, is not really the best. Because it means you're not sharing your opinions with the other person, or if you are, that you don't really get to talk about it. The other person might have a different opinion, but they won't say it because they don't want to argue. Like, to me, it feels like if you don't fight with your partner, it's like you don't share your opinions with them, or you just don't talk about your opinions at all, or like, I don't know, you just avoid each other, or like despite loving each other, you just don't feel comfortable talking to them, and like basically that there's not really any communication. I'm not really good at explaining things, which is kind of ironic because I'm making a video explaining a song, but I don't know if anyone can understand what I'm saying. I hope and someone out there can, because I don't know how to explain better. I just think that not fighting at all in a relationship is not that good, and I think Akane here agrees. So yeah, uh, and like if he says I'm so selfish, you must hate me, right? I really went out and said something straight out of the drama. Again, I really love how self-aware she is. That it sounds dramatic, and I think now this is a theory I have, but I think she's kind of like an overthinker in this case, cause honestly I can relate to Akane if my theory is like correct. Well, there's no correct theory. This is a song, but like if we go by this theory, I can really relate to Akane, cause like when you say something like that, you feel like the like personally, I feel like if I went and said something like that to my friend, they would think that like I'm a drama queen or something like that, and it's like I think that that's what Akane is trying to say, in my opinion, that she doesn't want the other guy to think that she's just being dramatic. She thinks she's being dramatic, but I think she's just overthinking this. So yeah. Anyways, let's move on. I'll sleep, and after all this time, I'm going to see you. Take this, and give my best. I just really love how sleep is being used here, cause you know sleep means to trip and fall, and like I just really love how sleep is used, cause this could mean like the sleep is being used as a way to say time traveling, like from the way I see it, because it says I'll sleep and after all this time I'm going to see you. Like when she sleeps, she time travels. She rewinds the same scene every time she sleeps. I slept and now I'm going back to you because you haven't changed the beat, and unfortunately neither have I. This line is my favorite line in the entire song, cause let me explain. So I slept and now I'm going back to you because you haven't changed the beat, and unfortunately neither have I. Now from what I have seen in the song so far, Akane wants to change. She wants to love this guy, but she can't because she can't get herself to do so. And that's the fact is, because you haven't changed the beat, I think this is so smart in my opinion, because she's rewinding the same scene over and over again, hoping she can change and say yes. But because she's rewinding the same thing, the guy can't change. Like this guy won't change because it's the girl. Because Akane is rewinding the same scene. Well, Akane is aware that she's doing the same scene over and over again, where the guy isn't. The guy is in his mind, he's living that moment for the first time, so he can't change. And the line, and unfortunately neither have I, is so smart because it shows how Akane wants to fall in love with him. She wants to change her mind. She wants to do that. She wants to say yes to the question, but she can't. She can't get herself to do it. And no matter how much she wants to, she's unable to do it. And that's why she's rewinding the same scene over and over again. And this is why I want to return to Uwagaki now, cause now that we got into the end of the song, because in Uwagaki, after she talks a little bit about time traveling, it says, if I eat the lottery, I won't get any money. If I predict a disaster on TV, it won't get heard. Because as I said before, nothing changes. And if I run away from home, I'll end up sorry I'll end up back in my bed the next day. The past is impossible to change. If I even tried, everything I did would come to light and it'd go back to normal. By the time I realized that, I had already run out of time. Now the time here, first of all, before I get to the rest, the time here, I think it's referring to the device, as there is also a lyric in Right Over Me that says, talks about running out of time. To be honest, I initially came to say goodbye to you. I know this is asking for the impossible, but I have a request. Don't get on the past. Can we just talk for 30 more seconds? Listen to me. Please don't go. Now, I actually... this is a really sad scene because the guy gets on the bus. When I saw the scene, I was about to tear up. Like, it's so sad how this girl just wants to talk to this guy. She's like, now we don't know if this girl is in love with this guy or what kind of relationship she has with him. It could be another Akane situation, we don't know. But like, it's so sad how she wants to talk to him and that's why she came back. But this guy just left. And you could put the theory out there that this guy is the same guy as in Akane and he's taking the bus to go to Akane. And that's why he gets on the bus. But we can't know that, so yeah. I want to talk about the line, the bus is impossible to change. If I even tried, everything I did would come to light and go back to normal. Now, this is a translation from the official iyowa wiki, but I saw a translation from a video that said that even if you did change, like go to the past, you would end up to square one, or you would end up back to zero. I don't remember what it said. I don't have it in front of me right now, but yeah, I really like that translation more because it really shows how even if you try to change the past, nothing would change. Like, you would end up back to the beginning and you would have made no progress towards doing what you wanted to do. Like, both Wagagi and Akane are rewinding the same scenes to manage to change their decisions in life. And as we have seen from Akane, from the story of Akane, even if you try to change the past, you won't be able to do that because you would end up back to the beginning. There won't be any progress made. You won't be able to manage what you want to do because, like, that's just how it is. There's no really explanation for that, I guess. Yeah, it's really sad how Akane is just resetting, and I guess Uragaki as well, but I want to talk about Akane. It's really sad how Akane is just resetting the same scene over and over again, hoping that she can say yes to the question, do you wanna marry me, to this guy, and she just can't do that, because even though in the past she was in love with this guy, as we saw from the lyrics, she has lost feelings which she can't get back. Like, she's trying to get those feelings back, but she's unable to do that. She can't do that. It's pretty clear that she wants to. I wanted to refer to some lyrics in Right Over Me that I really liked. So in Right Over Me, basically it's her saying, the whole song it's her saying goodbye to the guy. But, well, not to the guy specifically, but to herself, basically. And to the guy, because in the first lyric it says, goodbye to my dear youth that resides in me. Like, I won't get in deep into it, but, you know, I just want to refer to what it was about. But yeah, then, eventually, one of my favorite parts of the song is about where it says, I've overwritten my brain, I've overwritten my memories, I've overwritten my love, I've overwritten my regrets, I've overwritten today, I've overwritten yesterday, I've overwritten the disparity, I've overwritten my sadness. So as we have seen, when you go back in time, you overwrite your current self to your past self with your past self. So you're putting your current mind to your past mind. So it's like overwriting what you already have in your past. And I think this part is just so smart. And in the end of the song, I really love how it says, goodbye to you and to the synopsis that I wrote in permanent marker in my head. The ending song just kept repeating itself. I think you already understand this, and I hope I explained it well. But yeah, in conclusion, this is just a sad story about two girls that are stuck on a point in the past where they want to change. They want to change, both of them, but both of them want to change their past. And since we're talking about sleep, Akane wants to say yes, but she can't, and that's just sad. Now, this is my interpretation of the song. I am guessing there are other theories. I haven't really looked into theories. I have made mostly my own. But yeah, I hope. And there, like in the iyowa wiki, in most of the songs, there's an explanation of the meaning. But on sleep, there is no explanation. And there is another video that came after sleep that's called the making of sleep. And I didn't really look into it, but it has some behind the scenes stuff about Akane. I haven't read all of it, but it says a lot of stuff, and I didn't want this video to get too long, so I didn't really look into the making of sleep. I know it just has some background stuff and some wagaki stuff as well. I can talk about the making of sleep in a different video, because this video is already like long enough. I've been recording for 40 minutes. I will try to make this as small as possible. But yeah, that was sleep. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I explained this well, because I'm not that good at explaining, so I don't know how good I explained it. I don't know. Yeah, thank you for watching so far. I will proceed to end with some thoughts about it, which if you don't want to listen to, that's fine. I already talked a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye. I really wanted to make an analysis video for a while, not just for sleep, but for any song really. But I didn't know which song fit for this, because I'm not really good at explaining things. I wanted to find a song that I could explain really well. And I really want to do an iyowa song because he's my favorite producer, but I didn't ever get to do that, because usually iyowa songs are really, the lyrics are really complicated, or like just hard for me to find the meaning of them. So despite me knowing the meaning of most of the iyowa songs, because I just read about it, so I couldn't find the perfect song to analyze. Until Sleep came out, and I immediately fell in love with it the first day it came out. I was in the premiere of it, and I just fell in love with it. And it became my favorite Gumi solo song, and I'm so glad iyowa finally used Gumi for a solo song. It was just nice. But yeah, I read the lyrics, and I understood it very well. Like, I guess you could say the lyrics on Sleep were more straightforward than in the other songs. So yeah, I'm so happy that I could talk about the song to someone. I talked about it to my friends, and now I'm talking about it to you. and I could try to make more analysis video. I hope I get to do that. I don't know if I missed anything. This video wasn't scripted. I just started talking because I didn't want to make a script, and I wanted to go freestyle for this. So if it's a little bit messy, that's why I will try to edit it in a way that it won't be messy. That was all for today. Again, thank you so much for watching if you watched this far, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.